So there we go then. Let's flip it over and see what it's like.
So last week we finished off one of the last component parts of the interior fittings. We showed you how we covered our headlining panels in a foam backed vinyl. This week we bring all those fittings together and start putting them back inside the boat and show you what she's starting to look like.
It looks so neat, the internal ones. Pretty sweet, isn't it? So, it's windy outside and I've had lots of to and froing to do because I've been bringing stuff back to the boat, but I thought I'll give you a quick update on where we're at. And it's all coming together. We're actually finally putting stuff in the boat, so stuff is getting finished and it's looking good. You can actually kind of now finally appreciate the varnish work because now there's some colour and other textures and things in it. You can kind of see, you know, it stands out more, so it looks good. The headlinings are up, as you saw me do last week. Bit of a faff because I had no holes, and of course I'm effectively only having to make new holes into the underside of the coach roof, and of course you don't want to drill a hole through your deck and stuff, so you've been doubly sure that you're drilling into the reinforced areas and so forth. So I kind of put them up and then take them down and then put them up and take them down. It took ages, but it's looking good. That small split I had in the headlining on the edge of the one that went in the quarter berth, that worked out fine. You can hardly see it. Put my radio back up because that screws onto one of the panels, so taking some seacocks off in the toilet, although I was going to leave them because I've done the seacock on the engine. I was looking at it thinking, well, no, they do really need doing, so bought some new seacocks. Couldn't get a 3/4 straight nipple to screw one of them on with, so I can't finish the job, but I started it. I've cut the panels that are going to go on the front bulkhead to kind of cover up that repair we had to make. If you remember right back early end of last year when we started this, we had to put a patch in one side of the bulkhead, so I'm going to put some panels across to cover that up. They're going to be covered in the same material we've done the headlining with to kind of give it a sort of a two-tone effect as you look around. You know, the top half will all be cream headlining material and the bottom half is all wood and cushions. On the subject of cushions, you haven't seen our cushions, have you? Ian from Lunan gave them back to us a couple of weeks ago, but of course we haven't had a boat to put them in, and even now I've only got the 4 in the main saloon here on because the quarter berth and the V berth are still full of junk. But they're fantastic. I have to say, I don't know what expectation I had from getting them recovered. Hannah was adamant she wanted them done because they were a bit old and thread worn, but we kept the sponge. Ian was quite happy the sponge was okay, and he's and the bottom cushion was a sort of a 2-piece. It had a raised bit at the front of it to, you know, for whatever reason cushions have it, which Hannah and I didn't particularly want. We wanted nice, plain, straightforward cushions. So he's joined those 2 bits of foam together, built up the layers with some other foam or whatever, then covered over the top, and they're brilliant. They've all got zips in. The back cushions here have got Velcro on the back. It's all in exactly the right place. There's like a hard wearing material on the back of all the cushions so that they won't, you know, to stop any wear on them. This material, I can't remember what it was called now. It's a proper yacht material that Ian bought samples of and we picked from, but it's really nice. It's got a kind of slightly suede-y sort of look to it, feel to it. We're really pleased with the colour. You never know when you pick a colour, do you? But it really, you know, stands out in the cabin here. So it's all good. Lights are up. Chuffed with the lights. Positioning of them and stuff. If you saw way back, I did a kind of a mocked up where I was going to put the lights to try and get a feel for where they would fit, and they've worked out really well. These lights were just cheap off of eBay. Well, they weren't that cheap, but they were, you know, found them on eBay. Very shallow recess, so they could fit up into the ceiling easily, and they fit brilliantly. The LEDs we've got around the edges add a touch of, you know, whatever that French saying is, a touch of something, make it nicer. We can now see under the kitchen because of the lights, or on the worktop because the lights in there. So it's all coming together. And I'm quite pleased. It kind of means, although we haven't finished inside, I kind of consider inside now done enough. I've got to finish those seacocks obviously before it goes in the water, and I would like to finish these 2 covers on the front bulkhead, but I can do that now as and when. So it's good because there's only a couple of weeks to go before we're putting it in the water, or 3 weeks I think it is, and now I can concentrate on the outside. I've already rubbed off the outside, it's a sort of a first rubber just to get the paint off, but I've got that rusty keel to deal with, so that's probably next on the list. So if you join us next week, I'll be back in my scruffy clothes probably, and sanding off anti-fouling, which is never fun, is it? Anyway, I'm Ian. You've been watching Sailing with the Foxwell family. Thanks very much. See you next week.